Peace Collective, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. If you guys are ever interested in personals or birth chart information, all that information is going to be in the description box down below, like always. Just as a quick disclaimer, you guys, this channel is not specific to any particular zodiac sign. Each and every single zodiac sign is very welcomed here with opened arms, okay? Please just take what resonates and leave the rest. If the message does not apply, let it fly. Readings are absolutely timeless. If this reading is not the one for you today, that's totally fine. There are plenty of other readings on this channel for you guys to tap into and to check out. At the time of this recording, we are nicely settled into Gemini season. Happy birthday to any of you Geminis out there. You could have Gemini in your chart somewhere. You could be involved with the Gemini. If not, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you guys clicked here on this reading, you guys are here for a reason. All right, make sure you leave a like if the message resonates, you like the vibes here on the channel. Share if you care. Subscribe. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family, okay? So at the time of this recording, we have just left a new moon in Gemini. By the time you guys catch this recording, the new moon in Gemini would have already peaked. Okay, so this particular new moon is happening at 24 degrees Gemini. So as you guys know, I like to get into key themes to look out for new moons and full moon cycles. New moons are usually all about a reset, planting seeds. It's a good time period to write things down, for manifesting the things that you would like to receive during these next 30 days, and what you would like to release over the next 30 days is more for full moon cycles, okay? New moons are more about planting seeds and manifesting things. So in this case, this particular new moon is taking place in the third decan of Gemini. So every zodiac sign has 3 decans, the first, second, and the third. The third decan just so happens to be the later degrees. And if you put it in terms of tarot, the third decan of Gemini is represented by the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords kind of has like a negative connotation around it usually. It's usually a heavier energy to see in a tarot reading, but it's a sun-ruled decan. So sun energy usually illuminates anything. It exposes, okay? It brings the truth, enlightenment. So the 10 of Swords doesn't always have to be a negative Nancy, right? The 10 of Swords, kind of like Gemini, can be duality. 2 things can be true at once. A significant ending doesn't have to just be that. A significant ending can also induce, and it usually induces, a new, very significant new beginning. So 2 things can be true at once. Okay, there's really not a lot of planets aspecting this new moon either. We have the sun in Gemini. We also have Uranus in Gemini as well. That Uranus influence in Gemini is creating a lot of different radical shifts, sudden awakenings, very sharp means of communication and downloads, intuitive truths, and releasing what may no longer serve you. Okay, may occur with this Uranus influence. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Uranus can kind of be like the monkey wrench in a situation. It kind of brings the shocks and surprises, things that we weren't necessarily expecting sometimes. Now with this new moon in Gemini, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So that's all about how we process, how we receive information, data, straightforward communication. Gemini is a mutable air sign, so it's very adaptable. It doesn't necessarily mind shifting and changing in order to fit where it needs to fit. Okay, and Gemini, it can be very creative. It's very funny, very imaginative. It can be very witty. It's very curious. Gemini is also really good energy to work with when it comes to expanding your horizons, through means of expanding your knowledge and through means of truthful communication and through means of curiosity. Okay, Gemini doesn't necessarily stay in a box, especially mentally. So this energy is good to work with, to allow yourself to think differently, how we view ourselves, how we view other people, how we view situations may be shifting at this time, or it's a good time frame to work with to manifest that. If you feel as though you've been feeling a little stagnant, maybe you have a pessimistic thought process, this is a good new moon to work with to really try to change that, because pessimistic thoughts can become reality just the same way as optimistic thoughts can become your reality. So allow yourself to think radically and to think differently. Make sure you guys are navigating the white noise. Gemini kind of has the inclination to bring, especially in the moon sign, okay? Moon sign for Gemini can induce a lot of mental restlessness, indecision when it comes to choosing A, B, C, or D, not knowing if we should go left or right, having a lot of, again, a lot of receiving of information, a lot of downloads. So is the story that you're currently living still true? Does it still align with the path you're trying to go on? Navigating the white noise is going to be important because not everything you feel and hear is going to be true. Okay, it's kind of similar to the full moon in Sagittarius energy that we just experienced maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Trying to stay grounded during this new moon phase is going to be very important as well, because again, Gemini moon can be a lot of mental restlessness sometimes, or even overthinking. And overthinking can create stagnancy when it comes to actually making a move or making a decision. Okay, another theme to look out for: examining current thoughts, beliefs, or narratives. Not all of them are going to be true, especially old, outdated thoughts, beliefs, or narratives. Okay, they're not always going to be true or in alignment with the new story that you are writing for yourself. So again, new moon energy is all about a reset, planting seeds, manifesting for the next 28 to 31 days. Okay, it's planting seeds for the future. And it doesn't mean that they're only going to culminate for the next 28, 31 days, because those are the moon cycles, but this is energy to work with that's going to create some type of longevity in the future here, if you again can ground it and kind of detach from an old way of thinking, an old narrative of yourself or a situation or another person that again is not in alignment with what it is the seeds you're trying to plant. Okay, extreme duality is important here too. Endings and beginnings happening kind of simultaneously. So where you guys are planting seeds and manifesting, there are going to be significant endings that occur to create room and space for these new beginnings. And some of these things could be happening very simultaneously or very quickly. And it may almost feel like you're not all the way ready or prepared. Again, it's kind of similar to the full moon in Sagittarius we just had. Things moving quickly, even though not feeling all the way prepared. So endings and beginnings happening simultaneously. You guys could be experiencing an ending in the work career sector, but experiencing a new beginning simultaneously, which means at the same exact time as you guys are experiencing a new beginning or a new phase in a relationship sector of your life, or vice versa. Okay, put the shoes where you guys see fit in your story. Put yourselves in the story where you see fit. Okay. Yep, endings and beginnings simultaneously. Getting clarity despite how difficult it may be to accept. Okay, Gemini energy can be Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius can be very straightforward and sometimes a little cold, a little harsh when it comes to the truth, putting logic over emotion. And Gemini definitely fits into the energy of a quintessential air sign, putting logic over emotion. So with this new moon energy, you guys may be asking for more clarity or receiving more clarity on a particular situation, person, place, or thing. And you have to be willing to accept that truth or that clarity despite how difficult it is. Okay, if that means you've outgrown a career, you've outgrown a job, you've outgrown a living space, you've outgrown, again, a way of thinking. This is a Mercury ruled zodiac sign. You're going to realize that, even though it may be hard to let go. Okay. Doesn't it, just because something is difficult to accept doesn't mean not to receive or accept it, okay? Especially when it comes to old, outdated narratives, especially how we talk about ourselves, what we think about ourselves, okay? Some of you guys may have been telling yourselves a narrative about yourself that doesn't even align or make sense anymore because you know it's no longer true. It's no longer accurate, okay? Expiration dates on old beliefs. Something may have run its course as well, okay? What identity no longer fits you? Some of you guys may be also releasing the energy of people pleasing. Gemini, again, is a very mutable sign. So sometimes it may shift depending on what room it's in order to adapt and fit in the way that it desires to fit in. It wants to feel safe and good. So it may have to, or may feel like it has to, again, shape shift in a particular way to feel welcomed. Okay, but what identity have you guys shape shifted into for so long that no longer fits the story you're writing? Okay, it's okay to let that old version of yourself go, especially if it's not in alignment with what you're trying to build or create or expand. Okay, Gemini is about mental expansion. So if you guys are preventing yourselves from expanding here, especially, it could be due to some type of mental blocks or maybe even restlessness or indecision. So please be mindful of that, okay? Yeah, that's my next note. What ending are you resisting that's trying to free you? Mental liberation is important because, again, we have Uranus in play. Uranus is the great awakener. Radical awakening to freedom. Recognizing certain truths that may kind of shake the table a little bit, but again, in order to liberate. In this case, maybe mentally liberate, okay? Again, Gemini is a mental sign. A Mercury-ruled air sign at that. Okay, so what endings are you resisting that are trying to free you? What narratives do you find yourself continually going back to, or you feel yourself being pulled back to, that your spirit team has already released you from, okay, that again is trying to lead to some type of liberation here. Liberation is only going to lead to expansion. We can't expand if we're being held, tied down, and shackled to an old version or outdated way of living, thinking, receiving information, okay? Wrapping up karmic cycles is important here too. I feel like with Saturn and Neptune still in Aries, they're going to be there for quite some time, for the next 3 to 7 years. That is also a very major planetary alignment going on that's wrapping up and creating this radical shift in karmic cycles, okay? That's not necessarily influencing this new moon, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, but it just kind of reminds me of those themes of karmic cycles having no choice but to come to an end. Karmic lessons have been learned, okay? Your checkpoints have been passed at this particular point, or at least they should be. Okay, I can't speak for everybody, right? Another theme here, something I wrote down that came to mind: suffering only continues when the mind keeps replaying old stories we refuse to let go of. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. Suffering only continues when the mind keeps replaying old stories we refuse to let go of. Once we accept, no matter how difficult it may be, once we accept that something needs to be let go of in order to create expansion or movement forward, that's when we can let go of the suffering, the feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like something is not happening, feeling like things are not moving fast enough, feeling like we're not loved enough, whatever the situation is. Okay? Those old thoughts, old stories that, again, are not in alignment with where you're going, of course it's going to feel like suffering or feel like something is stagnated, or of course it's going to feel like there's no growth, okay? When your mind, or you keep telling yourself the same old things, imagine you're a 30-year-old, just throwing random out there, you're 30, right? Or let's say you're in high school, still in the mindset of a fifth grader. or thinking like a fifth grader. Those two things don't align, okay? So don't keep yourself in this state of perpetual suffering, especially mentally, okay, mental anguish, feeling like you're not good enough or something is not going to give or take off X, Y, and Z. Don't keep yourself there in that state of mind just because you're having a hard time letting go of a thought process or how you perceive a situation, person, place, or thing is no longer serving you, okay? Or because you don't want to let it go. All right. Massive changes in perception as well with this new moon. You guys could be asking for that, or it's a good energy to work with to ask for that. Change how we view a person, place, thing, or situation so we can move accordingly with what your spirit team is trying to create for you. Okay. The road is not blocked, is what I'm getting for a lot of you. It's more so the thought process that we're sticking to is what's making it seem like the road is blocked for some of you, okay? Well, old narratives are preventing growth, and honoring the shift versus ignoring it is a key theme here too. I think with Uranus being in Gemini for, I want to say the next 13 years or so, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of be like there's not going to be a choice, essentially. Like there's not going to be a choice, but to honor the shift versus ignoring the shift. Okay, the more we ignore it, the more tower moments I want to say could occur. Okay, I feel like the universe allows us or gives us opportunities to change things or do things differently, whatever it is. But when we forcibly ignore those things or avoid them, avoid truths, tower moments will happen to shift them if we don't do it ourselves, okay? I really hope that makes sense. We're gonna get to some of these numerology cards, you guys. That was my little TED talk for the reading. If somebody wants to timestamp, you're more than welcome to. Thank you very kindly ahead of time. But we'll get some messages for this new moon in Gemini. Please and thank you. Some clear and concise messages for this new moon in Gemini. Please and thank you. Ooh. Okay, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. So again, this is new moon energy. I mentioned through my notes that we just got out of a full moon in Sagittarius as well a couple of weeks ago. So Sagittarius energy is influencing us here too in this reading. You guys could have Sagittarius in your chart somewhere. Someone could be a Sagittarius moon is what I'm getting, okay? But luck is on your side. The thing about Sagittarius, it doesn't really look at all the fluff in the middle. It kind of only looks at the bigger picture, the end goal. Very optimistic as well, an optimistic approach. So again, I mentioned before too, like the road is not necessarily blocked for a lot of you. It's the thought process that we have about the road being blocked, or the next story we're trying to, the next chapter or timeline we're trying to get on to. The mind or our thought process about it is what needs to shift. Okay, some of you guys may not even believe that something positive can happen to you or that you deserve and something positive. Okay, either you or someone else could think like that. The luck is on your side. Why is this here, please? New moon in Sagittarius. Yep, full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It's showing up here. Okay, again, Capricorn energy could be significant. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I mentioned earlier about karmic cycles wrapping up here too. Okay, so some of you guys may have gone through a struggle or again felt as though something was stagnant, especially very early on in the year. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Why is this here, please? This could be in relation to work and career with this Capricorn energy here too. What is this? Nice. And then new moon in Gemini, which is exactly where we're at right now. So perfect timing. Communication is key. Okay, I'm going to get one more on this, please. Yeah, some of you guys may need to just, communicate truthfully and honestly. And I'm hearing get your feelings on the table, put your feelings on the table, put your feelings on the floor, and assess them in a logical manner. I mentioned earlier how Gemini is about duality. So two things could be true at once. Two things could be happening simultaneously. And that could be involving, again, your emotions and logic, okay? You can feel how you feel about a situation, but how do we not navigate those feelings in a logical manner to achieve the best results, okay? Communication is key. Let me get one more on this, please. Moon and Gemini. Okay, and you have a new romantic cycle begins. A new moon in Libra. Very nice. So Libra, Capricorn, Gemini, or Sagittarius could be important either for you or somebody else around you at this time. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get some of these what's the gossip cards. I haven't used these in a while. All right, but a new romantic cycle begins. And for some of you guys, maybe getting past this barrier or whatever this energy I keep getting of the road feeling or appearing blocked, it could just be due to some type of lack of communication here. Okay, a new romantic cycle begins. Some of you guys may be coming out of a very tough cycle when it comes to a relationship. Now, this could be a romantic cycle regarding someone you're already involved with, or somebody completely new that you haven't necessarily met yet if you aren't dating or you haven't been seeing anybody at this particular time, okay? And again, too, releasing old narratives, old thought processes can relate to relationships too, okay? Maybe there's an old narrative about yourself or how you show up in relationships or how another person shows up in a relationship. And maybe there's a tough cycle in a relationship coming to an end, okay? And there's like a new romantic cycle here about to begin because the karmic lesson has already been learned. The scales are balancing out in the situation here, okay? What is this? Luck is on your side, please. New Moon in Sagittarius, please and thank you. What is this? Yes, secret admirer. Interesting. Okay, hidden affection, anonymous notes, unknown interest, and someone is watching. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys may feel like a little unlucky in love or something. Yeah, this is I feel like new moons are always good for manifesting just whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, obtain, have, whatever, a goal. Now, some of you guys may have been feeling a little unlucky in love here, but little do you know, there could be someone in your energy here that actually has a lot of feelings for you. Okay. What is this? Why is it here? Unknown interest. This could also be something here too that maybe you guys are secretly thinking about doing, or you're wanting to learn something new, but maybe you're not telling anybody. Some of you guys could be secretly going back to school as well too. What is this? Secret admirer, please? Deja vu. Okay. Repeating patterns. Interesting. Familiar lessons. Yep, we've been here before. And unresolved issues. So I just said that a minute ago, how certain karmic lessons could have been passed or learned here. Some of you guys are, I can't help but feel like some of you guys are like blocking your own path here. So it's like with these familiar lessons or familiar thought patterns, it's like, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? Well, the last person did this. I don't know. It's been 5 years, so I don't know. They're probably still the same. Okay, some of you guys will be feeling this way or thinking this way. Okay, or should I even go back to school? I'm too this, I'm too that. Or too many people do what I want to do, so I'm just not going to do it. Okay, those type of thought patterns are not going to create expansion here. Okay, again, this is clarifying luck is on your side. So some of you guys just need to be a little bit more optimistic when it comes to where you guys are pointing this bow and arrow. Okay, Sagittarius energy with the archer, bow and arrow. So you could have your sights set on something, but not enough faith to carry out the goal here. It feels like almost unresolved issues. We've been here before. Okay, what is the end of a tough cycle approaches? Full moon in Capricorn. Okay, self-care Sunday is showing up here. Ooh. There's a girl here kind of just relaxing with a face mask in a bathtub. Okay, some of you guys could have had a self-care Sunday over the weekend. prioritizing rest, recharge emotionally, pampering yourself, and me time matters. Yeah, so some of you guys could just be having like a wash your hair day, do your nails and makeup type of day. I don't know, like a self-care reset. I mentioned earlier how new moons are a good period for resets. Okay, so some of you guys could be doing that. Or end of a tough cycle approaches. The end of this tough cycle could be also maybe y'all working too hard. Okay, some of y'all may be in the energy of wanting to work smarter and not harder. Okay, and this alignment could help encourage that. Why is this here, please? Someone could be getting like new candles as well for their home. Oop, you've got side piece here showing up. Let's see. Oop, it says secret romance, hidden affairs, being second choice, and only late night calls. Okay. So, and again, guys, this is clarifying the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, you know, that could be you, collective, or someone around you. Maybe someone here is like taking a break, or there's like a mental reset here when it comes to like hidden affairs and things like that, or putting you second choice, maybe some of you guys put yourself second to somebody else here. And it's like those days are over. You're not doing that anymore. You learned your lesson with putting others first all the time instead of putting yourself first. Maybe you're not doing that anymore, okay? Or someone here maybe is putting you first instead of putting you second. And maybe it wasn't like that before. Again, with this, a new romantic cycle begins, okay? Someone could have been like a little selfish. What is this? Oh. Yeah, trust the signs, okay? Follow the guidance, paying attention to guidance. Universe speaking clearly, following intuition, and message received. So yeah, someone could have like received some very hefty intuitive downloads over the last 6 months. I'm getting here very specifically to follow the signs. Okay. Someone here knows like they can't play with you anymore is the download I just got. That's very specific. Okay. Yeah, some of you guys could be like, listen, like I'm ending this cycle here. If someone doesn't get it together or puts you first, it's like, I'm going to just go on and move on and do my own thing if you're not going to put me first. So someone could be feeling this way, or you're telling somebody this, again, with open, straightforward, honest communication. It's not about emotions for some of you guys right now. It's about what makes the most sense logically, okay? What is this communication is key? New moon in Gemini, please. What is this? Oh. Bounce back is showing up. Okay, someone could play track, or I should say run track. It says resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again, and can't keep me down. So again, heavy theme of like changing how we talk to ourselves, how we think about ourselves. Or this could be how you guys are changing your thought process or views about another person, place, or thing. Okay. Someone here could be like a motivational speaker is what I'm getting as well. Or some of you guys desire to become motivational speakers. Okay. Payday. Very nice. Financial rewards. Money rolling in. Celebration of success. And check cash. Something about marketing is important. Okay. Gemini can rule over networking. Well, more so like social networking through means of like media, gossip, information technology is what I'm getting as well. Gemini is great for marketing. So some of you guys could get paid for marketing, or maybe you guys are like marketing managers or social media marketing, something like that, okay? Yeah, somebody's like finances are about to bounce back too. Some of you guys may need to be more honest with yourselves about your financial situation as well, as what I'm seeing, okay? But maybe you're getting more honest about how you spend your money, where your money goes, your investments and stuff. So someone could be getting a reset in their finances. Also, for some of you guys too, if this is a relationship here that's going through a new cycle or a karmic lesson has been learned, there could be something here about an honest conversation needing to be had about the finances in a marriage or relationship, okay? What is this? A new romantic cycle begins. Again, new moon in Libra. Money rolling in celebration of success. What is this? Divine timing. So I mentioned earlier how things could have felt a little bit like stagnated or like they weren't moving. Okay, but now whatever was in momentum before is about to start picking up speed, okay? Divine timing. It says patience required, trusting the process, perfect timing, and when it's meant to be. For some of you guys, this bounce back, this resilience after setbacks, this tough cycle, it may have taken a lot of patience, okay? Something here may have taken a while. Or feeling like a little unlucky in love may have made you feel like somebody wasn't out there for you. But it could be, again, to some type of repeated thought patterns here. Or treating everybody like they're going to treat you like the last Tom, Dick, or Harry treated you, you know? What is this divine timing? And let it go. Yeah, releasing grudges. Emotional freedom. Forgiving yourself and others. Free your heart. So some of you guys are letting something go. Letting a person go. Yeah, brand new, hopeless romantic. Fresh beginnings. Reinventing yourself. Constantly waiting. Idealizing love and forever dreaming. So someone here could like fantasize about you. Think about you a lot. Okay. But it specifically says releasing grudges, forgiving yourself and others. So some of you guys may have needed to learn the lesson of forgiveness and opening your heart here. And that may have taken a lot of time to do. Okay? It may have taken a lot of time for you to heal from a past relationship situation. Maybe some of you guys, it could be a job. It took a while for you guys to let go of this career or this job, even though logically it wasn't in alignment with you anymore. And it's almost as if like you're going to be rewarded with something new almost immediately. Okay, but because it's like you obeyed what your spirit team was asking you to do. For some of you guys, I mentioned before, releasing a grudge or learning the lesson of forgiveness is what's going to incite some type of new beginning here. Okay. Watch me shine. I'm hearing like a Jay-Z song, Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself. And someone here could have gone through like the dark night of the soul or something like that as well, okay? It's very specific, but let's get into some tarot. Let's see what else is going on. I'm just going to use the classic Rider-Waite deck today. This is making any sense to you guys? I feel like I'm a little all over the place with this reading, which I'm not surprised by with all this Gemini influence. I hope I'm not just rambling, okay, or it doesn't sound like that, but yeah, for some of you guys, your spirit team wants you to let something go, let go of a grudge, release these outdated thoughts or feelings that you have toward a person, place, or thing, because there's like a new beginning here trying to start, but it's as if like there's difficulty or stagnancy starting because we're holding on to, again, repeating patterns here, okay? What is this energy, please, for the collective? Please and thank you. And please, you can apply this anywhere Gemini lies in your birth chart. Okay, if you have a Gemini 5th house, then okay. If you have a Gemini 10th house, okay, that might be more career and finance. If you have a Gemini 7th house, that might be more surrounded around your relationships and marriages. If you have a Gemini 2nd house, this energy that I'm talking about may relate more to your money and finances, and your routines and self-worth, okay? Why is this energy here, please, for the collective? The new moon. Okay, 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Yep, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. 4 of Cups can be the energy of like rejection, ignoring something, not trying to answer the phone. I don't want to answer a text. I don't want to answer the door. No, thank you. Okay, then the 3 of Cups is like a celebration of some sort, a reconciliation. The 3 of Cups can also be, it's a very celebratory energy. A reunion of some sort. Some of you guys could be rejecting offers to like go out. Maybe people invite you places, but it's like you always say no. You ignore invites. Okay, that's gonna shift. That's gonna change. If you want your situation to change, how you show up is gonna have to change too. Okay, someone here could be rejecting a reconciliation. I see someone here rejecting drinking as well, like rejecting curricular activities like drinking and smoking, okay? What is this? 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. And some of you guys, I can't help but feel like, you know, if you're going to ignore the cup that the universe has to offer you, ignore or reject new opportunities, new ideas, new thought processes, new ways of doing things, then you're kind of just holding yourself back from a celebratory outcome or energy here. For some of you, this could be you or someone else. Why is this? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus. The Wheel of Fortune is destiny, fate, things moving in your favor, good karma, good luck. I don't really believe in luck, but Wheel of Fortune is definitely something that is fated or destined. So something here that is fated or destined to shift or change for you. Some of you guys could be ignoring it or blocking it out, okay? Or not even seeing it for what it really is, possibly, is what I'm getting as well. 4 of Swords, Libra energy. Putting something to rest. Taking a break, a pause. This is like a mental reset. I feel like, again, grounding is going to be super important during this time frame. Some of you guys may have had a hard time sleeping as well throughout this new moon, okay? Why is this 4 of Swords here? Yeah, 4 of Swords can maybe be like not getting communication or not talking to somebody. Yeah, wanting to put something to rest. 7 of Swords here. Yeah, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. 7 of Swords can sometimes be the energy of like planning or strategizing, trying to figure something out, maybe even trying to get away with something, okay? The Hierophant and the Lovers. Wow, Gemini, Taurus. I was channeling this song a few days ago, trying to find my way back to you, to us, to love, okay? Wow, this is heavy. Hierophant and the Lovers. This is giving like commitment, marriage, stability in a situation, twin flame. You got the 7 of Swords here. Okay, someone could be literally trying to like figure out or strategize how to like marry you or how to propose to you or something. But let's see, why is the 7 of Swords here? That's not always the greatest energy to see, because sometimes it can be someone, again, trying to get away with something, being a little deceptive sometimes. Okay, what is the 7 of Swords, please? And why is this here? Knight of Swords. Okay, so it could be someone here trying to figure out how to deliver a message or how to figure out how to communicate what they want to say. Someone could feel like you're going to ignore them or that you don't have much to say to them. But that's not true. That could be your own blockage here, collective. Okay, some of you guys may feel like something here is not about to move forward, but that's, again, like maybe your own negative thoughts blocking this newness here. Or yeah, look, the 9 of Cups. Some type of success. Don't be in the way of your own success here, you guys, okay? What is this Knight of Swords and the 7 of Swords? Knight of Swords is definitely like a sense of urgency as well. I said this before, guys. It's going to be important to ground because you're going to be receiving a lot of information, and not all of those downloads, intuitive receipts, not all of those mental restless thoughts are going to be true. So you got to, again, figure out how to cancel out the white noise and only take what is in alignment with what you would like your future to look like, okay? Don't attach to things or thoughts or messages or energy that is not in alignment with where you're trying to go, okay? We're in the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going retrograde in Cancer in the next couple of weeks. So certain things are going to probably make you feel a little emotional to want to go back to it, but your spirit team is asking you not to do that. There are certain thought patterns that may have kept you safe, made you feel safer, you know, that's not always going to work. That's not going to work anymore. What is this? 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Equal give and take, reciprocity. 6 of Pentacles is definitely like unearned income or some type of help and assistance financially. So again, yeah, someone here could be trying to figure out how to get some type of help or money. There could be some type of programs available to you guys to get some type of help here financially. And also too, someone here could come out of nowhere and want to help you out or support you or give some type of assistance. Some of you guys just don't see it that way, okay, because of your lack of belief here, possibly. Okay, what is this? The Judgment. Libra, Scorpio. Judgment card is definitely some type of executive final major decision being made. It's the horn being blown, Archangel Gabriel. The Judgment card is definitely some type of awakening. Someone here is getting a wake-up call. And again, guys, like I mentioned earlier, like make sure to ground all this information, all this energy that you're receiving, all these thoughts that you guys may have that could be challenging the future that you're trying to create. The Judgment card is also asking for forgiveness, okay? The Judgment can talk about reconciling or forgiveness as well. Some of you guys don't trust somebody here that is like genuine, or maybe you don't trust that someone coming into your life can be genuine, okay? Or another person may feel this way about you. Wow, Queen of Cups. As I said that, someone here doesn't trust that somebody is genuine even though they are, okay? This is definitely like intuition here. Cancer energy, Queen of Cups. This is definitely like some type of psychic or someone that is very in touch with their spirit, their creativity. Yeah, someone here is like destined. It's already faded, okay? Some of you guys may have felt a little unlucky in love or stagnated in love. Something here is definitely faded for you. It's already written is what I'm getting. But if you're going to ignore or reject out of lack of faith or lack of trust, or again, because you have outdated thought processing, then you're kind of just ignoring what the universe already has written in store for you. Now, it's always going to happen because, again, it's already written, but it may just be a lot more delayed than it needs to be because of outdated ways of thinking. Again, guys, the end of a tough cycle approaches. I feel like it's already here. The end of the tough cycle is already here. But some of y'all have to make the executive decision and make the choice to move forward with the clarity that you've received, okay? What is this? Two of Wands. Okay, this can be making the choice, making the plan to go ahead and move forward. And the thing is, with the Two of Wands, you have the Three of Wands after this. So once this person makes the choice is to move forward and to expand. Right here in the Two of Wands, they may be stuck in a little bit of decision mode, but at the end of the day, the decision is always to move forward, expansion. He's got a globe in his hands, okay? And you've got the Lovers here. Some of y'all may literally be choosing or making a choice here to either reconcile with somebody or to start new, start fresh. Okay? Some of you guys could be ignoring making a choice or a decision that you know maybe is best for you, possibly. Okay, what is this? Three of Cups, please. Some of you guys could be traveling soon. You have the Moon here. Yep, me due to fear, anxiety. I just heard something about paranoia. The Moon can definitely be things that are hidden here. What is the Moon, please? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Why is the Moon here? And I feel like, again, someone here is rejecting something or rejecting. It's almost like someone here is rejecting happiness out of fear, or rejecting what could make them happy, or reject what could be a celebratory moment out of fear, possibly with this Moon card, okay? Why is this Moon energy here with the Three of Cups? There's like a celebratory energy here in the atmosphere that you guys don't even recognize, you don't even see. And it could be because of a lack of decision. So it's like, again, your spirit team doesn't want you to get stuck in the mental overload that Gemini Moon can kind of create. overstimulation. And it may be very difficult to make certain choices with a lot of mental overstimulation. What is this moon, please? Yeah, you can't make it up. 7 of Cups. You can't make it up. There's the confusion, indecision. This can be someone who is a little inebriated, okay? A little intoxicated. Someone could have been drinking a little too much. With 7 of Cups, can also be having a lot of options. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of these thoughts and feelings that you could be experiencing, a lot of them are going to be very foggy, okay, is what I'm getting. 2 of Cups, Page of Cups, wow. 6 of Swords. Yeah, so someone here could be a little confused when it comes to like walking away from something or re-engaging into something. Someone here could be, you know, in fear to like propose to you or to make some type of offer to you. They could be a little insecure, collective, or this is you feeling a little insecure or uncertain. Some of you guys may have to get a little bit more specific about what it is you want to. And it's going to be hard to manifest something here or for something to ground in the 3D if you're showing up in the energy of uncertainty anyway, okay? What is this moon and the 7 of Cups, please? The Strength card, okay. Leo energy. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, it could be like due to some type of insecurity, lack of confidence. And here it is, the 10 of Swords. Okay, every ending has a very new beginning here, you guys. Yep. Every ending has a new beginning. And again, someone here like may require some type of confidence to do something. It may take confidence to end something here for some of y'all too. Okay, it may take confidence to end something or some type of inner strength to end something. Even though, again, it may be hard to accept for some of y'all. Okay, what is this? Some of you guys don't see the brighter end of the tunnel because it's like, again, you're in this pessimistic way of thinking, and it's a repeating pattern. Yeah, 3 of Swords. This could be a breakup or a separation of some sort, okay? Loss, separation. I see someone here may have lost somebody to like a drunk driving accident or something. Definitely sending my condolences if that's the case. What is this? Ooh, Page of Pentacles. For some of you guys, that there could be some type of betrayal here that occurred as well. With this 10 of Swords and the Moon and the 3 of Swords, okay? But some of you guys didn't even have to be that. It could just be like, again, indecision of whether or not to re-engage in something or to end something for good, okay? What is this? Ooh, okay, we'll keep those two. 9 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. Okay, yeah, so maybe like accepting independence here. I mentioned earlier, like someone here may reject happiness or like be in fear of happiness or something like that. Ace of Pentacles. Someone here like may have to reject one person in order to accept another person. But maybe this other person like makes you happy or something here, collective. Or this other job makes you happy. It's more fulfilling emotionally and financially. Even though maybe letting go of something, removing yourself from a type of a particular career field, a job, living situation, family situation, relationship was very hard. It was very difficult. Okay, 5 of Cups. Someone here, yeah, someone here may be in a little bit of sadness or regret here for not making a choice, not making a decision here. And I don't want you guys to be in that energy of being in regret because of not making a move, being in regret because of indecision or feeling like you quote unquote missed your turn, whatever that means, okay? Yeah, somebody wants to reconcile here with you. after, like, again, maybe creating a lot of confusion, illusions, breaking your heart here or something, or after some type of period of separation. And it's almost like, you know, your spirit team is offering you a new opportunity with this Ace of Pentacles to take advantage of. But it's like, if you're going to ignore the new opportunity, then why would the universe keep trying to give it to you if you're going to ignore it, you know? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. It could have to do with your finances for some of you guys. You know, it may just take having to leave one place so you can start fresh somewhere, or leaving the 9 to 5 so you can focus more on entrepreneurship and being an independent person here. And it's like your finances are gonna do fine, but some of you guys are like in fear or creating from this mindset of lack here. Some of you guys maybe really did break up with somebody here or ended a cycle for good because you learned the lesson. And a new romantic cycle is trying to start or begin here, but you know, you or this other person could be kind of rejecting it out of, again, like fear, insecurity, or something like that. Someone feels like you will reject them because of their fears or insecurities, or again, regrets because of certain choices and things like that, okay? I feel like this Gemini new moon is like a very heavy reset period, especially when it comes to the mind, how we receive and process information, how we even think or view ourselves. Because this news is not going to start, or the newness can't really begin or start, or there won't be enough room for it when we're in the energy mentally of all of this, I don't know, like regret, despair, pessimism, insecurity, ego, you know. Someone here could like literally be getting sober as well and detaching or letting go of smoking or drinking and things like that as well, in order to have more mental clarity. Someone's judgment could have been a little clouded because of some type of, you know, again, extracurricular hobbies, if you will. Okay, but yeah, it's basically, it's okay to let go. It's okay to release whatever this is. Some of you guys are just maybe not trusting the process enough, or you don't trust yourself enough. You don't trust this other person enough, or vice versa. Again, put yourself where you see fit. Okay. And that might be what's holding us back. It's like a mental blockage, which could be affecting the physical movement forward for some of y'all, okay? Or the elevation of something. Okay, but I'm going to leave this reading here, you guys. I do hope that y'all enjoyed this. I hope that this message resonated or that it made sense. I feel like I was a little all over the place. Gemini moons drive me nuts sometimes because it's like a lot of overstimulation, low key. So please make sure you guys are taking this time to ground as you reset as well, okay? Not everything you feel, not everything you think is going to be true. So please keep that in mind, okay? But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.